end.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
good.
I think something funny we need to talk about is a little field trip me and Logan went on.
Yeah, that my team didn't get to
team
go
should
on.
have, but you didn't have the
Yeah, no,
numbers.
we
You
didn't have enough numbers, so we
yeah.
didn't even get the people that paid didn't get to go either.
They
Did you get your
refunded
money
all.
back?
They refunded
Yeah,
all.
they gave
Okay,
us like
that's
a part
good.
of it back, I think.
But
Water barrel.
so this was called the Sound of Sea or Sound at Sea.
It's
or
like a
something
big
that.
trip. Like other schools do it too. I've seen a few other schools that do
But
it.
basically, it's this science field trip. So we had like boys cabins, girl cabins, and we did like science. Something really funny is that me and Logan were in the same cabin. A bunch of stuff happened there.
It was
The
funny.
first thing is
it was like all the it was all of our friends that were on
It
our
was.
team, and only a couple of them were like respectful back
Mm-hmm.
then. So, and the dad that was in our cabin was like one of the girls' dads, which was even more awkward because like he didn't know any of us. So like I felt bad for him.
Who's dad?
Kendall.
yeah.
Yeah, she knew me. He knew me, but like I didn't know him like that, and it was just really awkward.
Let's just say we pissed him off a lot.
yeah,
But-
understandably.
So also something that was kind of stupid on their part. We were in showers that just had curtains, which it also,
They make us all use the same shower. Too.
We're-
Like, it was like the same one.
we're middle school kids, so obviously Scotty, Scotty opened the shower on Matthew, and he saw his penis basically,
forgot about
and I don't know the truth to all of it, but we just started calling
Shrimp.
Matthew Shrimp. That was actually my nickname for him.
Yeah.
But
And
it
it
was
went
so
around
funny,
pretty
man.
fast, and then
Matthew did get quite bullied for
yeah,
that.
I felt
to
bad.
Be fair, I
And-
felt bad.
But then the next day at school, like somehow everyone already knew about it, and they started calling that. And he on his story, he put like a picture of like the internet. He was like, he looked up like biggest shrimp, and it was like 15 inches. He was like, "See, this is what y'all mean when you say shrimp." And like people believed him even more because he did that. But it was it was
More
funny.
about that field trip. You guys remember, Logan? You remember G, the
Water
one counselor?
bearer.
There was just
We had
this dude that was a
weird
nerd.
counselor, and on the first day, like we were waiting for the teachers to like sign everyone in and all that, and we were just sitting in like the little corridor. I don't know what they called it, like corridor type thing. And the counselors were like introducing themselves, and then they were like, "What questions do you want to know about us?" And some kid was like, "What's your favorite animal?"
Water
and
bear.
this dude goes, like all of them said like, whole like
Dog.
tiger, dog, stuff like that. He goes, "I like the water bear because it is interesting and like it is good in water." And like it was just like none of us had seen him before, and everyone just started laughing, and he got mad.
Is that
when
even a
people started
thing, a
laughing.
water bear?
Probably.
Yeah, it is a thing, and he was just really weird, but he's so funny. Like
Something basically in the meals with that, we had like our meal groups,
Like
and
a
then
mess hall.
we had like it was like Southern dining, and we had like waitrons with just waitress or
Mm-hmm.
waiters that had to get us all our food and drinks. And me and Matthew were in the same group, as well as that Mr. G for
Mm-hmm.
some reason, even though we weren't even on his like team or whatever. And Matthew asked me, said, "Hey, Mr. G, I bet you didn't go to a lot of parties in high school." And I felt so bad, dude, because the man was like, "That's really, really hurtful to say." And I felt really bad because the man started like tearing up.
I had Thomas and then this kid named Reed in our group, and like me and Thomas like talked the whole time, but we would every time we'd pass like G's group, we would go crazy because it was like Julian and Matthew, and he would yell so loud when we did it, and like we threw a stick at Matthew like across like the groups. Like there was like a group in the middle, and somehow we hit Matthew, and he got so mad and like came over and talked to the teacher about us. And like I think it was Thomas that threw it. It was probably Thomas that threw it because him and Matthew got in a couple big fights that
Well,
trip.
also something that happened. Matthew got in a ton of trouble that trip.
It was 'cause of
and
Thomas. Like,
This
they-
dude named Mr. C basically was like, if you get in trouble 3 times, you have to sleep with me.
because he had his
But-
own like special room.
Not that weird. He meant just on the floor next to him, but it
Yeah.
was really funny because Matthew got in trouble like 6 times and they just
Yeah,
never
but
did anything.
you got to specify who Mr. C was.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just go out of the entire field trip and
Yeah.
just talk about Mr. C.
So
So
no, we gotta talk about the underground, the railroad thing.
okay, that first.
Yeah.
Oh my God, go start on that.
So there was this night where is it underground? It's underground railroad.
It was the
right?
Underground Railroad.
So there was this night we didn't even know what was going on. They like told us like to come out of the cabins. Like it was after like a day of doing the like lessons and all that, and they like told us to go to the like little middle thing. I don't know what it's called. The building, the pavilion, and we went in there and they like seated us and they're like, everyone needs to take this seriously, and like we didn't know what was going on, and they were like, imagine you're a runaway slave in the 1850s.
this is honestly
It's
thinking about it
horrible.
so
It's
like
horrible.
so insensitive.
And then so they like they made us close our eyes, and then they started like it was like 3 counselors in there, and they were screaming, and they were like, "Imagine you are running away in the harsh conditions," and like they just made it like this like dramatic like play by play, and then they separated us into groups, and we had to act like we were on the Underground Railroad, and we like would go to like random people like. One of our white teachers was Harriet Tubman, and it was
honestly kinda bad.
It was really bad,
But,
so it was even worse.
Yeah, so what happened is there was this one teacher named Mrs. P, and she was doing a
She
really...
was our first science teacher of
She
3
was,
that year.
yeah, but she was really kind of being quite racist. She was like, "What are y'all doing down here?" And then
Yeah.
Matthew just goes with this like laugh that he does.
They made us like sit on logs to act
And
like
she
we
like
were around a
she like
campfire.
grabbed his neck and like pulled him to the side and said, "No more."
It was very
So
odd.
funny, man. Honestly, I didn't even think of that, and that's so fucked up.
It was
thinking
like
about
dark, and they wouldn't let us like have flashlights. We just had to walk around the woods, and it was like we had like the parents were like the ones walking us, and they did not let us
That was
talk.
part
like,
of the Sounds of the Sea.
Yes, and it was like no one knew it was gonna be part of
Why,
it. They just like
why
we were there.
slavery?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, honestly, why?
We were learning about like sea animals. Like we did like
And
squid.
trees.
We did like squid dissection, and then that same day we talked about like the Underground Railroad.
Was it Black History Month or something?
No, well, it might have been.
Well, because
It
that
might
would
have
make
been,
sense
yeah,
at least. If
yeah.
it was any other month, then why?
I knew it was like kind of cold when we went, so it could have
Yeah.
been. But it was just random, and it was.